Hi, Shawn. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing?
Great. So we've chatted a little bit about your experience and where you have worked in the past. So what I'd like to do now is record a little piece of our conversation, and I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what you've been doing most recently for work?
So the most recent job that I came from, I was working for Johnson Controls, formerly M&M Carno. I was a buyer supply chain lead and basically worked in the field where they were doing like CO2 and ammonia systems, um, and dealing with electronical components, um, to build basically panels that control these ammonia CO2 systems, transcritical systems. Um, so basically, I did all the buying, purchasing for the location, plus then also for another location, another state. Pretty much just getting all the components that would be required to build these panels. Um, Also would receive in parts, and check serial numbers because everything that we did was pretty much serialized. In case there was any issue, we could get it back and have that traceability. Um, so basically buying, doing a little bit of receiving, and then also inventory control came with it too. So pretty much generated reporting to basically tell me levels of stock that we had, what was coming up, so that way I could better, you know, utilize it to get the parts that we needed as quickly as we can. So that's pretty much what I did at my last position. And then before that, I was actually a maintenance systems coordinator, at a place called DFA. And pretty much what that was scheduling and planning of the maintenance department. So basically, I was scheduling preventive maintenance for, a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly preventive maintenance schedules. As well as I was doing the buying and purchasing for that job as well. So basically, getting any parts that we would need, um, so the gentlemen and ladies would be able to do their preventive maintenance. Um, so that's pretty much what I've done the last, I would say, 4 years. With Johnson, I was there, I want to say about 18, 19 months. And then
Okay.
DFA, I was there for about a couple of years.
Yeah, that
So,
looks like about 2 years on your resume. And then you've got some great tenure at your previous company. You were there for about 3 years as logistics.
correct. Yes, I was a logistics coordinator at Powertrain Rockford. Um, so, with that, I pretty much did any kind of documentation that was
Mhm.
required to send stuff, LTL, full truckloads, creating export documentations, doing quality checks of the products that were going to go out, and making sure that everything that we were putting out had all the proper documentation.
Okay, great. Did you work with any international vendors in any of the roles that you worked in?
In the past job that I had at M&M Carno Johnson, I did deal with some vendors out of the UK.
Okay.
Um, I can't remember exactly. Oh, it was Rebound Electronics out of the UK.
Okay.
I was dealing with them quite frequently for getting some electrical components for our cabinets. Yes.
Okay. So the reason why I was asking that is, to establish your understanding of like import logistics, customs, and that all that freight coordination. Is that something that was on your plate when you were doing that role?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then, what type of procurement systems are you experienced in?
The one that I just used was called NetSuite.
NetSuite,
Yep.
perfect.
And then before NetSuite, I have used like AS400, which is an older like inventory
Yeah.
system. I've used MVP Plant. That was at DFA. I used MVP Plant.
Mhm.
I don't recall the system I used when I was the logistics coordinator. I can't
That's
remember.
fine.
I remember there
NetSuite
was
is
one
really and
called like
truly the one that most people are using nowadays, and it's the most similar to a lot of other
right.
systems. So, that was something that's important to note. And then I don't want to just assume, but I do see here on your resume that you have experience Microsoft Office. So
Correct.
would that be Excel, Word, Outlook?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
that's correct. Yep.
Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the interview, but don't go anywhere. I got a few more things to
Okay.
check.